they're looking for more than just the fast life, making a lot of money, but also about what do I value, what is important to me. There is something bigger I always believe in.
Yeah, true.
And how can you have a spiritual experience while living as a human being?
Exactly.
Welcome to the 3Cs podcast with me, Carmen Lovaway. The 3Cs represent true connection, a community that offers a safe space, and a place to co-create. It's a feminine energy-led collective where we give back or pay it forward. Our mission is to create a safe space where there is true connection, where people are safe in a community that supports everyone and is very inclusive. At the 3Cs, we believe that together we are stronger and that through community we can change our reality. This podcast is a way to bring people together and share their stories to know that you are not alone in this. We all have our own unique superpowers, but sometimes we forget or feel stuck. We have a sense that there's something bigger out there or something more, but we're not aware where to find it or how to reach it. That's where we come in and where we offer a safe space where you can flourish, grow, learn, and also give back. Welcome to the 3Cs. Enjoy our podcast.
Hi everyone, happy holidays. It's the end of 2023, our latest podcast with my dear friend, Rich Williams, and I'm so excited to do this podcast with Rich. Hey Rich, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How are you going?
Good. I like the holiday season, so it's a great time, I would say.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, tell me, let me tell you guys first how we met, right?
Yes, let's start there.
We met during a Brazilian fit dance, so we're very passionate about dancing, and that's how we met and became friends. And that's a shared passion of ours. I think we have more passions that we share, but I'll let you tell the audience about this. So, and this is Sage, my cat. We're doing this at home because we thought that would be a nice, ring to a podcast on the couch. And
With some tea.
Exactly, with some yummy tea. And introduce yourself, Rich.
Yes, so I'm Rich. Live in Amsterdam, born and raised. My parents are from the Caribbean. My mom from Suriname. My dad's St. Martin. And I work as an IT consultant in digital health. As you also were saying, I love to dance, dance a lot, love music. I would say music might be one of my biggest passions. I listen to a lot of music. Even as a child, I was always singing. My earliest memory was when I was 2 years old, and Whitney Houston was on. I Will Always Love You, and I was at the TV singing along with Whitney Houston. So always love music.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
And how did you, we met. How did you get to know about the 3Cs? What is your role within the 3Cs? How do you see it?
Yeah. So you started it, the 3Cs, and I remember the first time you were telling me about it, that you were working on this. And I was like, okay, well, this sounds interesting. During that time, I was traveling a lot, so I didn't really have the time to join. And then I came back, and I think it was around the end of summer. Yeah, the end of summer this year.
Yeah.
And we had a meeting, and you told me about, okay, what does 3C mean? What does it stand for? And then I was like, okay, connection, community, co-creation. When you hear these words, you might think, okay, what is it or what does it mean? But at the same time, I think what drew me to it is the whole idea of being together in a collective where you work on yourself, but also help each other improve.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's how I heard about it. And I was like, yeah, I think I can be a meaning to this. And that's how I actually started to do a little bit more.
Yes.
I started out in the beginning more so with the social media, so thinking about how will we post about the things that we're doing, what kind of post will we have, what will be the tone of voice as well, writing, captions, things like that, which is also a great example of co-creation, I would say.
And of your creativity. I mean, like, you asked me for input, like content, but it's the creating together, the right wording, how we express our passion in the words to explain to you guys what we're doing, what our passion is. And it's if you read these captions, it looks very easy, but it's quite hard, I can tell you, to think of the right wording, and Ridge is quite good at it.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think when you have a shared mission, then I think it also makes it easier to work together.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
And what is our mission, just for the viewers? What is our mission in your opinion? So what are the 3 C's? What do they stand for, and what is our mission in your mind?
If I would put it in one sentence, I would say to leave the world a better place. I would say that's definitely a core value or like a mission of many of us. And to really think about how we can create something beautiful, but also as a community. So whether you were born here or maybe you came here later in life, let's say you're an expat or an immigrant background, you might not always have a home. I think that's the great thing about having a community that comes together to, connect. And for me, when I hear connection, I hear about talking with each other, learning from each other, but also just meditating together, being open for different cultures, different languages. If I look at our collective as well, we come from all sorts of backgrounds, but not just culturally, but even when you look at the professions that we have. Funny enough, we both have a background in IT.
Yeah, which is sort of a special thing, because we're dancers, we love yoga, we love spirituality, and that is sort of our mind, or our dark side, jokingly. The IT bit, which is more of the mind, where both of us have this spirituality, and there's more like-minded people that have a job in business, corporate world, and are looking, I think, for something more, a safe space where you can express yourself and just feel at home, and that's what we want to offer, right?
Yeah, and then I would say even also for business owners.
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
of them are business owners, and they're looking for more than just the fast life, making a lot of money, but also about what do I value, what is important to me. There is something bigger, I always believe in.
Yeah, true.
And how can you have a spiritual experience while living as a human being?
Exactly. Yeah, and our community now, you can tell that there's a lot of like-minded people that know there's more out there and want that spiritual experience. And also, a lot of us are searching for purpose, right? What is our purpose in life? And especially during the holidays now, you kind of reflect on 2023. What does 2024 bring? And I can tell you guys, it's a super exciting year. It's the year of the wood dragon, which is my year. I am a wood dragon in Chinese astrology. And if you look at just the meaning of wood dragon, the dragon stands for stability, success, authentic, like a lot of good stuff. And that makes, the ingredients for a really amazing year. But, we still have to do the work.
Yeah.
We need to do the work to make it happen. It just not, but the ingredients, the environment to flourish is there.
Yes. And I think that's also the beauty of it, that there is a lot of opportunity for growth.
Yes.
But also the hard work, I think that makes it more valuable, or at least you value it more. once you achieve it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited for next year as well. Actually, right?
Exactly, right? And
Yeah.
tell us a bit more on what your role is. You said a little bit about the social media, but you've grown in our core team, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So I joined the core team together with you and Jason, and we're more so focused on, I guess, what's also the longer term. So where do we want to go to with the 3Cs? And of course, with this podcast.
Exactly, yes.
This is, well, I think this is our third one.
Yeah, this is the third one.
Yeah.
And it's all, we're learning because we both work in IT. We're not social media people. Julia, who recorded the first podcast, has given us instructions how to do it. This is us trying to do it on the couch because I got inspired by some fellow Australians who are professional podcasters who also do it on a couch. And I thought it was awesome not just to look in the camera, but to have this, that you can actually see our connection. And we hope you can feel it as well, the energy, because that's important. And it's all about the creating things and things happening while you're recording, like an email coming in and you can hear that beeping sound. But that's the fun stuff of it. So
Yeah, so I've been working on that, I would say, lately. Of course, we've had our first event in November. So I created a lot of the videos and pictures for that one. And now we're preparing as well for the next one in January.
Exactly, that's our second dinner, and there's already a formula in the sense like we're all bringing our own food, and we're doing
which people love actually. That's what I liked about the last one as well, is that at first I was like, oh, what kind of food will I bring, you know? But then people bought food from so many different countries, and the food was also good.
Exactly, because there was like real South African boboli made by a South African friend of ours, and the flavor is amazing, and just so nice to have people make an effort and connect on something they like. And during that dinner, we also did a couple of things like a cacao ceremony. We did some little workshops, just tasters, and that's what we're going to do in our next one in January as well. Because maybe you want to tell us about the topic for the next January dinner and event while I try to turn off the noise of my laptop. You tell the people about that.
Yes. So in January we're gonna have our next dinner event on the 17th of January, and then we're also gonna have a workshop, which is I believe on the 29th of January.
28th. It's a Sunday, but it's all on our website. And it will be in the captions. You can get your tickets there.
Exactly. It's on a Wednesday and a Sunday. And totally in fashion of the beginning of the year, it will be focused on how to turn 2024 into your year, how to create a vision board and really think about what are your goals and where do you want to go to in your life.
Exactly. So, and we're not going to talk too much about it. It's about inspiration. It's about how you can inspire others and yourself, your purpose in life. And we also want to create awareness, because there's a lot of fancy organizations that say like, oh, do this, do that, and then, create a vision board and you're set. This is not how it works. We believe in a holistic approach. It's just awareness. And then the real work is something that is maybe the fourth C, is consistency. I keep on telling people, like, if you really want to make change work and make change happen, it's changing your habits, knowing what your limiting beliefs are, and the consistency in working on yourself, and also being kind to yourself, right? Because for me and for us, I think for all of us, it's December, the holidays, so we're very healthy, and very sporty. But this month is, what does Manon call it? It's a cheat December.
Cheat December.
And I was totally not in it until we just kept on eating. I had family over from Australia and just eating all this yummy stuff, and I sort of gave up. And this is cheap December, and in January we'll start anew. But this is okay because we're enjoying it. We're grateful for what we have. All good.
Yeah, I think it's about balance. Like I have this tea here. It's called green tea balance.
Exactly.
And I think that's what it's all about. Like when you have balance, it's okay to have sugar. It's okay to have dairy, gluten.
Yes,
but
exactly.
do you need it every day? Of course not.
No,
you know?
exactly. And it's the balance in, and I also like to say 80-20.
Right.
80% of the time you're healthy and 20% you enjoy, and that's all good. So also enjoy the festivities and that's it.
Yeah, the holiday season. Yeah.
Exactly, right. So
yeah, and I would say it's also even the time of gratefulness.
Very much so.
Really gratefulness because, sure, I mean, it's not always all very great.
No.
I actually had a car accident the beginning of December.
Yeah, you told me.
Which I was standing still at the traffic light, and he hit me from behind. It wasn't even like that hard. It was like a 50 kilometers road. But I actually still have pain on my neck and on my back. And then at one point I was like, oh man, this really sucks. Like, oh, it's so bad, it's so bad. But then I was like, you know what? In the end of the day, it could have been worse.
Of course.
Because the guy that was actually behind me, he was a patient and actually went to the hospital for his wife. So then I'm thinking, okay, what if, that is your situation? Like, it's always, for me, if I put it in perspective, I'm like, okay, sure, it hurts, but I know I will get better. And I'm still very grateful that at least no one, got really hurt. There was no one had to like be rushed to the hospital.
Exactly.
So even in moments like that, I can find gratefulness.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. And that's also what our community is about, right?
Yes.
Gratitude, appreciation from a place of love and a safe space and, growing, working together, either sharing your knowledge or trying something new, creating. And I'm very grateful that this came into my life, and I dedicate this community to all the people I love, but especially to my daughter in heaven. She inspired me to find my true purpose in life, and I'm grateful every day for everyone in my life, and for us that we're very privileged where we are, that the place where we live, and I feel it's our obligation to help others as well. Because we're very privileged in that sense. So that's sort of the more serious note in this podcast. I'm very grateful that you're one of our core team members because we inspire each other, we work very well together, and thank you for that.
Yes.
I'm really grateful for
Thank
that.
you.
And,
Thank you. Because I think even with the 3Cs, like you always need someone that starts it. So I think that's the great thing, that you're like, hey, this is what I want to do, who wants to join me? And that we all really came together and to turn it into a group effort, to really turn it into something bigger than what you can achieve by yourself.
Exactly, because that was exactly my goal. Yeah, because like when you're together, you can do so much more than just alone. Although it's always good to start. I mean, don't eliminate what you do with the good that you can do as a single person, but with a group, you're always better off. And we're still in our sort of infant stage, so we're very happy to welcome any new member, any new co-creator, because this is a growing community. We started here in Amsterdam, but I already have connections abroad that also want to be into this whole community because of our, like, what it means to us and how we want to help others. So I would like to invite everyone, and I think you with me, to join us and maybe do a little shout out. We need a lot of social media people that can help us, because that's it's a lot of work. You might view it as like, these people are just posting random stuff, but it's so much work and it's hard, and like I myself want to focus on the creative bit in the sense of it's building a whole community, like a foundation, a business. But I and I think you as well, we want to focus on the creativity. So what do we bring? What do we have to offer? And it's all about personal development, community, and anything goes. Anything is creation, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, even also say like the strategy as well.
Yeah.
To really also have time to really work on that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's where Jason comes in. I had a call with him yesterday about like how do we see our members and what do we offer our sponsors and co-creators? Because it's all helping each other to grow and to be able to offer all this beautiful stuff where we actually also and all of it is about fun, right?
Yeah.
It's about a lot of serious stuff, gratitude, development, but we enjoy it so much. Everyone that came to our first event really loved it. It was fun. And that's the beauty of life. You can achieve a lot of serious stuff and make it fun. So, yeah, on that note, what do you reckon, Rich? Are we done with this podcast or what? Is there something you want to add, like, in the sense, like, some final words of wisdom?
I would say we're almost at the end of the year. It's almost the end of 2023. By the time this will go live, it will probably be the first week of 2024. And I would like the people that are listening or maybe watching to just sit down and be present and look back at the last year. Get a piece of paper, get a pen, and then write down what you are happy about, what was great, what you loved, but also write down the things which were not so great, which you were not happy about. And then write down what you want more of and what you want less of. And once you have that on your piece of paper, that will help you to be more, the word I'm looking for is...
I think awareness.
Yeah.
You need awareness first before you can take any other steps. Be aware.
Yeah.
And also what you can do about it, what's in your control, what not. That's also something we're going to address in our workshop, to be honest.
Yes. And awareness, I agree, but I'll even say direction.
Yes.
And I think that's also one thing which will be going more in depth during the workshop.
Yeah, exactly. And if you know what you don't want in your life,
yes,
then you also know what you need to let go of. But that's not that easily said and done, right? Because how do you let go of bad habits or limiting beliefs and that kind of stuff? It's harder. It's very hard.
Yes.
Or new habits, or like I'm on this chocolate ride all December. That is my guilty pleasure. So how am I going to stop that chocolate trip I'm on at the moment? This is just maybe something small, but a big thing for me. Just a couple of examples on.
And how will you stick to your new habits?
Exactly.
I mean,
so well, I know myself.
No,
I know myself. I'll be on it. But that's me, and I've been doing this for years and years already. So I know how to have the discipline, but also the joy of being grateful and not like military style. So on that note, I'd like to thank you, Ridge, and I'd like to thank you all for listening or viewing us on YouTube. Wishing you all an amazing new year, and let 2024 be the best year ever. And till our next podcast in February, and hope to see you on our events.
Yes, thank you, Carmen. Thank you for listening. And
Happy New Year.
A year of abundance. Happy New Year. Stay tuned.
Let's see if we have that, because that stay tuned is nice.